Hello, children. It is a very cold, very fucking cold Sunday afternoon. We're still in quarantine. Quarantine fucking sucks. And we're continuing the trend of watching the Star Wars movies in chronological order. Oh my god. So today we're talking about, again, the best one. What's today's date? Fuck it. 2 more days. Two more days, guys. Please, I'm waiting for it. We're talking about Attack of the Clones. Oh my lord. You guys know the drill. Separatists, this movie's dog shit. But, my opinion, I think this is better than Phantom Menace. Guys, yes, no?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna start with the... Oh shit, I forgot about my notes. So, we're gonna start with the very few positives. I'm gonna list my positives. So, my very first positive right off the bat, Jar Jar Binks is barely in this movie.
It was already better.
Second of all, the scene where Anakin finds his mom is probably one of the best in the series, if you ask me. It's one of my favorite scenes. It really, like, I feel like that scene really showed what what Anakin could have done. Like, I guess it was trying to show you, like, how much of a dick he was. I don't know. It was kind of things towards Darth Vader. I don't know. And Obi-Wan Kenobi throughout the whole thing is great. Every time he's on screen, it's bright spots throughout the movie. The scene where he fights Jango Fett is a fun scene. Speaking of Jango Fett, I like Jango Fett for the little time he's in this movie. That's about it. Any other positives that you guys have I didn't mention? Yes, no? No? Okay, so let's start talking about this pile of shit. So the first thing that comes to mind is all the dumbass rules that this trilogy introduces. Like, why can't Jedi kill? Or Yoda says the Jedi don't have the power to kill in them. That's such a stupid thing.
Yeah.
Like, I get what they were trying to say, like, oh, if you reach into evil territory, that means that you're, like, you know, to the Sith. I get that. But it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if somebody's being evil, if you have to kill them, you're gonna kill them.
No, I think that's kind of where the line was drawn. I think Revenge of the Sith said this, but I'm pretty sure part of it was in Attack of the Clones, I don't remember. But it was essentially saying, like, oh, like, if they're unarmed and you can just arrest them and go through business, then don't kill them. You have no reason to do it. But if they're attacking you and you have to kill them, then you're gonna have to kill them. They're not gonna shit on you for that.
I don't know. So another big negative, Hayden Christensen is fucking terrible in this movie as Anakin Skywalker. Guys, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a curse on Anakin Skywalker, but his acting is... We're not there yet. He's... Guys, oh my god, Hayden Christensen is so bad. Like,
good.
the line... Okay, yeah, I guess this leans into this. Anakin is a creep in this movie.
Yeah, he is a pretty creep.
Kevin, if you will.
He's a goddamn simp!
Guys, literally throughout this whole movie, he's giving Padme the I wanna fuck you eyes. The whole movie, dude. And it's one of those things, and at the beginning of the movie, and Padme goes, oh, don't look at me like that because it makes me feel uncomfortable. I was like, oh, look at my girl Padme, telling him what's up. 2 seconds later, she's hitting on him. So I was like, so I'm not even gonna try to justify the decisions in this movie because they make no fucking sense. So, and speaking of that, the dialogue in this movie. What is the dialogue in this movie? Some of the things that are said.
What dialogue? I didn't know there was
This movie was written by George Lucas in crayon. It had to. Bro.
If George, this was probably the early script of the original Star Wars movie.
It was the first draft, and Lucas was probably like, "Oh yeah, of course, I'll make it." CGI. Speaking of CGI, the CGI in this movie is absolute garbage. Now, it's not as bad as Phantom Menace, but then again, look at the CGI in Phantom Menace. That's like saying the shit that I took last week isn't as bad smelling as the shit that I took this morning.
Very descriptive way of putting it. Thank you.
The CGI, the Battle of Geonosis, and I find it ironic that we're on Geonosis. The Battle of Geonosis in this movie looks like an episode from the Clone Wars. It looks like, bro, literally the CGI is like, it's just nothing but pure CGI for like 5 minutes. And literally, it's just, it looks like an episode, it looks like they were testing an episode of the Clone Wars. It got so bad to the point that when Obi-Wan and Anakin showed up again, I was like, oh my god, humans still exist? and I don't understand, why are all the clone troopers CGI? Literally, not one single clone trooper was human in this movie.
I was just saying, like, I wouldn't say all of them had to be human, but like a good portion of them, especially in the
no, they fixed this in Revenge of the Sith, but in this movie, it was like, oh my god. It looked so bad, especially when like Mace Windu is like talking to them briefly. Oh my, it looked so bad. Let's talk about the opening action sequence, that little chase scene. Do you guys like that at all?
I didn't mind it. I definitely didn't like the part before.
It was fun. I would say, listen, I'll give this movie this. It does a better job at opening the movie, because you look at Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace is literally just immediately, right off the bat, all boring meetings, talking about this, oh, this is happening, oh, and it's like, the Attack of the Clones, it opens with a, a fun chase scene. I don't give a shit about what's happening, but, it's a fun enough, little action sequence. It has a funny part, I think, when they get electrocuted and Obi-Wan's like, Anakin, why do you that was funny. I like that part.
What are you?
And I always liked it in all 3 movies. Well, they don't really put emphasis on it in Phantom Menace, but I like how Obi-Wan doesn't like to fly. I think it's hilarious. What else? Let's talk about the scene where Padme tries, or like she's about to get killed. So Jango Fett unleashes these like worms on her, and Anakin goes in and they sense it, Jedi, because I guess the Jedi has fucking spider senses in these movies, and Anakin literally just jumps on her and kills the worms. And I was like, okay, but let's really look at this real quick. Right? Anakin just jumped on her and didn't even know where those things were. He just swung. He could have decapitated her instantly. I'm just saying, Anakin is a moron. But that's not the only time he's a moron in this movie. We'll get to that in a little bit. So, I have to raise this question. With a really good scene, I feel like Ian McDiarmid and Hayden Christensen had really good chemistry. They had, like, the 2 scenes that they had in this and Revenge of the Sith before he was Darth Vader were really good scenes. He talks to him, Palpatine talks to him about how he's a good Jedi, all that bullshit, basically sucking his cock. So excuse me, oh my god. I raised the question, I was like, I wonder if Palpatine was interested in making Anakin his apprentice the whole time.
Yeah, probably was.
No, but when I say that, I mean from like episode 1, like when he first met him.
Oh, I was thinking.
Now,
I wouldn't say episode 1.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say 1.
I think like probably like during that 10-year gap.
I don't know. I'd be curious to know. That's something that I'd like to know. One thing I fucking hate in this movie, and I know Kevin does because we were texting while watching the movie, Anakin is a little spoiled bitch. Literally, all he does is just complain about everything. Oh, Anakin, oh, Obi-Wan is this, Obi-Wan is that. Shut up!
For being a damn teenager and actually acting a Jedi, holy shit.
Like, honestly, it's so stupid. All he complains about, oh, I want to be as powerful as this. Oh, I'm gonna be as powerful as that. No, you're not. Shut up.
I'll be able to save people from dying.
Speaking of stupid ass things, apparently Jedi can't love.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
What? So let me get this straight. So according to George Lucas, the way Jedi reproduce is by giving the "I wanna fuck you" eyes to some random girl. They, and then 9 months later, Pop goes, Louise, okay, you're a Jedi.
They're black dads. Jedis are essentially black dads.
That's fucked up.
Well, I don't want to emphasize the black, but most dads, yeah.
God damn it, Kevin. We're trying to keep it civilized.
The dads that leave.
The romance in this movie is so bad. Who talks like this?
Corny.
Literally, a line of dialogue that's spoken. No, take it away, May, please, because you were gonna say it.
So, right when they get captured on Geonosis, Padme and Anakin basically have this little love scene, and Padme is like, I really, really, really love you.
It's so bad. I laughed. I swear to God, I laughed so hard when she said that. I was like, who talks like this?
I was cringing and laughing at the same time.
It's so
I was just
bad.
sitting there like, why is
And then
this
throughout the movie, so this goes back to what I said earlier, Padme made it very clear that she has no feelings for Anakin. And then throughout the whole...
She didn't say that.
Well, pretty much.
She made it clear that they couldn't go about it like that. And
To me, it means the same thing. But yeah, throughout the whole movie, she's just dressing like a Jedi whore.
She's not even a Jedi.
You know what I mean? She's dressing like a whore, fucking wearing all these dresses and flirting with Anakin. And it's like, so you made it clear that you guys can't be together, and yet you're trying to make that happen. I was like, this is ridiculous. The fight with Jango Fett with Obi-Wan, I really enjoy. It's fun. I like the line where Obi-Wan tied up Jango Fett in the wire, and the Jango Fett fell over the cliff, and he was like, "Oh no!" And then they both went over. That was a funny little thing. Let's talk about the best scene in the series: the scene where Anakin finds his dead mother. First of all, I want to say that the plot line comes out of nowhere. Like, literally, the plot is moving, and then they're like, "Oh, we gotta go to Tatooine." I was like, "What?"
I've been having a story for it. We have to go to Tatooine.
It literally just came out of nowhere. I was like, "Oh, okay." So they go to Tatooine. Again, the scene is really emotional. I've never noticed this. I've seen the movie a lot, but I never noticed this until now. Anakin's mom, when she sees him, she goes, "Oh, now my life is complete," because she wanted to see her son, not as, that, but not as the person that she knew, but the person that she wanted him to become. She wanted him to be something more than just, a slave on Tatooine.
Well, she saw him now.
Oh, yeah.
My life is no longer complete.
And she dies, and it's honestly, it's a really emotional scene. I love the scene. And Anakin kills the sand people, and it's a great scene that's cut short. And then we get more lovely dialogue from Anakin. Well, would any of you like to recite the dialogue spoken from this man?
I think I've got some.
Me? I barely remember. My head hurts too much now.
I'll do the pleasure. So Padme says, "What did you do?" And she goes, "I slaughtered them like animals." But not just the women, but the children too. I was like, oh my god. It was so bad. It was so bad. I laughed so hard when he said that. So I don't know how you guys feel about him, but I've always liked Count Dooku. I don't know.
I've always been like,
He was just vibing.
like some parts where he's like, that's actually somewhat cool, and other times like, get the fuck off the screen.
I don't know. Like, I've never hated him. Like, you know, he's there, you know. I always thought he was cool. He didn't do anything, but, you know, I thought he was cool for what he was.
Got sent to the retirement.
So let's talk about, our favorite character, Mr. Jar Jar Binks.
Oh no.
So,
The fact that he only showed up in 2 scenes is amazing.
no, that is amazing. Don't get me wrong. But what pisses me off is the decision made in this film. So Padme has to go to Naboo to hide from Jango Fett. Which, by the way, they never bring this up again that Jango Fett is trying to kill her. Like, Jango Fett tries to kill her once, and then he's off doing his thing on Kamino. So... What?
What are the chances of playing Camino?
Yeah, right? So... Padme gives emergency power to Jar Jar fucking Binks.
Out of all the people, Jar Jar.
Mind you, I don't think they had.
Let's not give it to the. Didn't she have a secretary? Organa, I think it was. Oh no, wait, that was another son. The guy with the eye patch. I forgot what his name was. But
I don't know what his
was
name
always
is.
by her side.
But this is my thing, though, right? Jar Jar and her, I don't think had one encounter in Phantom Menace. To my knowledge, I don't think they had one encounter at all. So why are you? I swear to God, somebody probably told her, "Oh, Senator, you have to give your power to somebody," and she just turned. The Jar Jar was there, and was like, "Oh, hi, Misa, take your place." Fucking asshole.
Me to execute Order 66.
But that's basically what happens. So we get a scene where they have a Senate meeting, and they emphasize that what did they try saying that Palpatine wanted to unleash an army, right, on
Palpatine needed emergency powers. And
yeah, he needed emergency because they made the clone army on Kamino, but Mace Windu was like, "Oh, that's stupid. We're not gonna do that. That's ridiculous. Like, we don't need that." Because Palpatine, I feel like Palpatine was messing with them. He was kind of just saying like, "Oh, we need it just in case," but he always knew that, you know, shit was gonna go off the wall. So, they emphasize, oh yeah, Palpatine needs emergency power to make the clones. So what do you think Jar Jar Binks does?
He's like, yeah.
Just give it to him.
Basically. So, in Turn Point, Jar Jar Binks is responsible for the downfall of the Republic and the Jedi.
When Rey sees Jar Jar and sees it.
God, moving on. The conveyor belt scene is terrible. It's so dumb. That scene is ridiculous. That scene is literally just Anakin flailing his lightsaber around, swinging at nothing. There was a point where he's just swinging and twirling. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you swinging at?
I'm practicing to be a gymnastic.
Speaking of that, so apparently Padme knows parkour now, all of a sudden. She was going through that conveyor belt like it was nothing. I was like, well, I'd love to know where you learned how to move like that.
Also did R2 and C3PO.
Oh yeah, freaking C3PO and R2D2 are moving around all over the place. I don't know what they were doing. C3PO got like decapitated and like I'm not even joking, and then like he gets his head put on a droid. I was like, what is the point to all this? So then we probably get to the second best scene in the movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. C-3PO can do no wrong. I was laughing, you know. I was, you know, enjoying it, but I was like, why is this happening? What seriously, what is the point of this? So we get to the gladiator fight, probably the second best scene in the movie, and it's an entertaining throwdown. It gives us kind of an look at to what Endgame was gonna be like, right?
Endgame PC 2003 when Marvel didn't even have a movie out.
Yeah, right.
Let's give them a Star Wars edition. Honestly, that's what should. We'll talk about it later, but I think that's what should have. Rise of Skywalker
Jr. just came in, like all of a sudden in 2007, be like, I want to do something like that.
That would have been. That actually would have been really cool with Rise of Skywalker if they revealed that there's like so much more Jedi, because they're trying to put emphasis on the. You know what? I'm not going into Rise of Skywalker right now. Actually, we could. No, we're not reviewing Rise of Skywalker again, but I guess we can talk about it because it's still Star Wars. I would have been okay with them putting emphasis, like having the Jedi come, because they put emphasis on the fact that like there's like no Jedi left. And that, I feel like that could have been.
Like when Rey was listening to all the ghosts, you just see them all appear behind her, like what it was supposed to be.
I heard there was supposed to be a scene like that too. Yeah. That's funny. All right, moving on. Yeah, the gladiator fight is entertaining. But you don't really care. It's just literally Jedi. It's literally what we're doing right now, just swinging our lightsabers at random people. He deserved it. Anyway, so yeah, we get to the Battle of Geonosis, and again, the CGI. What is the CGI? It's so bad. So then we get to what is probably the second worst lightsaber fight. We'll get to the worst one on the next one, but the worst lightsaber, second to worst lightsaber fight in the franchise with Obi-Wan and Anakin versus Count Dooku. This was shit. This was shit. First of all, Anakin is the biggest idiot I've ever seen in my life. Obi-Wan is like, okay, we're gonna fight him together. He goes, no, we're gonna take him now. Gets electrocuted. I was like, oh my god, you moron. So Anakin fights Count Dooku, and it was such a basic lightsaber fight. It was literally just them fighting for a little bit. You know, it was fine, I guess. And then Anakin jumps back in, which I thought was a cool moment. When he jumps to save Obi-Wan, I thought that was cool. And Obi-Wan gives him the second lightsaber, and I don't know about you guys, but the visual of him fighting Count Dooku with both lightsabers was dope. I don't know about you guys. Cool. That was a pretty cool moment. But then after that, it gets worse. Literally, like, they don't even fight. They're just waving their lightsabers in the air, you know, for dramatic effect. Then Anakin gets his arm cut off. What the fucking do? Then Yoda shows up and was like, where were you this whole time? Yoda shows up, they have a battle with the Force, which I thought was cool, and then Yoda whips out a lightsaber. And listen, I know Ye of all people probably really likes this because he's big on Yoda. I kind of don't like it. I don't like Yoda fighting with a lightsaber. I just don't. Like, I don't hate it. I don't hate it as much as others do, but it's not good. Like, yeah, I know what they were going for. They were going for a holy shit moment. But it's like, why? Yoda's all about wisdom. He's not one to, you know, like, granted, he went for the Force first. That doesn't mean, oh, okay, now I'm gonna fight with a lightsaber. I don't know. It's a stupid moment to me. So, then Yoda's like, oh, the Republic is fucked. Everything is messed up. And, yeah, we gotta think about what to do next. And then Anakin and Padme get married after being together for like 5 days, and roll end credits. So how do you guys feel about this overall as a movie?
Pretty shit, but not as bad as Phantom
Menace. It's a shit show, but it's not as bad as Phantom Menace.
You got that right. thank you guys so much for listening. Let us know if you guys made it to the end of the video. You probably did or didn't. I really don't, you know. But leave a like and subscribe if you guys are here for the first time. Be on the lookout for our episode 3 review shortly. And yeah, see you later.